Hey guys, and welcome back to a brand new Airsoft video. Now today we're going to be taking a look, as you can see, at the Ares AM014, or as you guys may know it, the Honey Badger. But before we jump into that, I just want to say a massive thank you to all of you guys. I have just broken through 50,000 subscribers. Now, I do have a special 50k video prepared, but I didn't actually expect to hit 50k as fast as I have, so that will be coming later in the week. And I have got some pretty cool prizes to give away, so stay tuned till the end of the video if you want to find out how you can win yourself some prizes to celebrate 50,000 subscribers. But before all that, we're going to take a look at this, as I said, the brand new version of the Ares AM014 Honey Badger. Now this weapon is actually part of Ares' new Amoeba range, which is kind of their medium to high-end tier range of weapons, and it boasts having a metal and polymer construction, but also has intelligent trigger systems on the inside, which is something you only usually see on high-end tier weapons. Now within the Amoeba AM range you have two different versions. This one here, the AM014, with the shorter rail and extended suppressor coming out of the end of the rail, and the AM013, which has a full rail with a suppressor embedded inside it. Both of which are about the exact same length, but actually the AM14 has a longer internal barrel that runs right to the end of the suppressor. Now construction wise, we actually have ourselves a polymer lower and upper receiver, a full metal rail and suppressor, and a polymer and metal stock. Now I will say straight away, usually I'm not the biggest fan of polymer weapons, but this weapon is very strong, very sturdy, so it does feel like it's going to last, but of course it's also got the advantage of being very lightweight. So actually, this weapon has turned me in favour of polymer weapons. Now as well as having a very sturdy external construction, you also have a very satisfyingly clicky safety switch, as you can see here. Having a very secure and clicky safety switch I think is pretty important, especially if you are playing at a semi-automatic sight. If you have a loose safety switch, you can very often switch it into fully automatic with your thumb by accident and end up putting a little bit too many rounds down range. Now talking about firing off rounds, this thing comes in around about 18 to 20 rounds per second in fully automatic if you're using a 7.4 LiPo, and in the UK at least, it comes in out of the box at about 260 FPS, which is a little bit on the low side, but don't let that put you off because of course, like most Ares weapons, this comes with a quick spring release system, so it was only a 5-minute job to remove the back, take out the previous spring, put in a brand new M100 spring, and bring it up to around 350 FPS on 0.2 BBs. Now with Ares' brand new version 3 electronic trigger system, which is a lot better than previous ones, of course a lot of people in the past have made complaints that the Ares weapons, their electronic trigger systems aren't the best. Well, this weapon has the brand new version 3 one, and it has an extremely good trigger response. As you can see here, this thing allows you to sling a lot of BBs very, very quickly. Now the hop-up on this weapon is my much preferred larger dial system that allows you for a lot more fine tuning with your hop-up. It's a lot easier to do, especially if you're wearing gloves and trying to do it on the field, and that stiff system is a lot less likely to walk on you, so once you've dialed it in, you should hardly ever have to touch it again. Now the range on this weapon with that hop-up is very, very impressive. To say it's quite a small weapon, using 2.5s, I was actually getting this thing to shoot straight and accurate zeroed with my T1 to around about 30 to 35, 40 meters before it even started to dip. Of course that is in an indoor environment where there's no wind, but this thing is very accurate at range. I was very surprised to say how short the weapon actually is. Now as well as picking up the weapon itself, the cool guys down at AirTech, who I will leave linked in the description below, have been kind enough to send me some parts that take this weapon to the next level. Now one of the little complaints about this gun is of course the battery compartment in the rear is so small it can only really take one type of square LiPo battery. Well, the guys at AirTech have actually made a short extension for the weapon that allows you to use normal size LiPos, which makes it a lot easier if you are running other weapons and want all your batteries to be compatible. Now as well as that, they also sent me this piece of ingenious kit that sits inside your suppressor and stops your inner barrel from wobbling around and moving at all when you're on the move, so it actually makes quite a lot of difference in making your weapon a lot more accurate when shooting and moving. So if any of you guys are interested in the Honey Badger, or maybe you already have one, I do recommend checking out AirTech in the description below. So that about wraps up my first review and thoughts of the Honey Badger. So far I really am enjoying this weapon, so if you'd like to know any more, leave all your questions down below, and I will leave links to where you can pick up your own weapon down in the description. Now, as promised at the start of the video, I'm going to tell you guys now what we're going to be doing to celebrate 50,000 subscribers. Now my next video is going to be a Q&A, and I want to have all the questions from you guys left in the comments below. Anything from airsoft to gaming to questions about myself, I'll try and answer as many as possible, and the questions I like the most will have a chance to win yourself some airsoft goodies, be it sights, torches, grips, accessories for your weapons. I'm getting all that sorted at the moment, so there should be some good airsoft and gaming related goodies for you guys to win. So what are you waiting for? Leave all your questions down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.